Hey guys, this is your noob gamer friend here, Varun aka Tubby aka the Indian Frustrated Gamer. We are back with another video, and this time around we will be discussing the best PC that you can build under 65,000 rupees or $800 USD. So this is for the people who want to build a new system just for gaming, okay? We are specifically talking about gaming and are actually confused what to buy and what to avoid. So this guide is for you, and every suggestion that I make in this video, I will go ahead and put all the details in the description and share the links of various websites so you can check them out and buy the suggested hardware items if you want to. So this guide will be good for any AAA titles, for, say for example, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed, Cyberpunk, and you will be able to play them at least on HD on minimum 60 FPS with everything high. But will also provide high refresh rate gaming at again HD in competitive titles like Valorant, CSGO, Dota 2, Fortnite, PUBG, etc. So, without wasting any further time, let's dive right in. I will be going ahead with the AMD platform because I feel that right now the AMD motherboards as well as the CPU, which are the previous gen AM4 CPUs and motherboards, are offering the best value for money right now. And with the kind of graphics card we are applying, the last generation CPUs will do the job and they will not cause any bottlenecks, and you can play your games and everything up to the high refresh rate standard. So these CPUs will not cause any bottleneck as such, as mentioned earlier. So the CPU that I am suggesting is the AMD Ryzen 5 3600 or the 5600. Now the 36, why the two options is because the 3600 is around 12,000 and the 5600 right now is going for around 15,500. So whichever budget suits you the best, please go ahead. For the sake of this video, I'm assuming that you're going with Ryzen 5 5600X. So this particular CPU has 6 cores and 12 threads and will be good enough for your daily needs. And the best part is that this comes with a cooler in the box. And we will save some money on that as well. So you can rest assured if you choose this particular CPU, this CPU will also last for a longer period of time as well. Okay, now as mentioned earlier, I have shared the link. You can go ahead. I have mentioned two websites right in the link. So whichever is in stock, you can go ahead and buy at the time of making this video. The motherboard that I'm going ahead and suggesting are of two brands, Asus and Gigabyte. The reason I'm only mentioning these two brands is because I feel that specifically in India, they offer the best support. So in case your motherboard is not working or you have any issues, you can rest assured that Asus or Gigabyte may go ahead and provide you the kind of support you're looking for. Okay, so at the time of making this video, I was checking B450M boards. B450 is the chipset, but I was not able to find any boards which are in stock. So we will go ahead with A520M board, and the board that I am suggesting is a Gigabyte A520M S2H motherboard. So again, you can check the link that I have mentioned, and you can see if it is available. Please go ahead and buy if you want to. So coming to the RAM or the memory, RAM I would suggest to go with a single 16 GB RAM stick of 3000 megahertz. The reason I'm not suggesting 8 into 2 GB is again the cost. So we want to be as cost effective as possible without actually compromising on any of the performance or the FPS in gaming. So when it comes to gaming, the 16 GB single kit will also perform approximately the same, so you will not lose any of the performance, right? So again, going with 16 into 1, and later you can upgrade because this particular motherboard that I have mentioned only has two RAM slots. So in the future, you can upgrade to another 16 GB and you will have a total of 32 GB at that particular point of time. Anyways, so moving ahead again, for the motherboard also I've shared the link. Please go ahead. You will see that I have mentioned MD Computers website. again and again. So they have not sponsored, but what I feel is they offer great value, as far as pricing is concerned, and everything is, quite cheap in their website compared to other websites. So you can have a look at them as well. Now, going ahead for the power supply, I was actually thinking of going for a 450 watt power supply, but during my research, I actually found a 550 watt power supply, which is the Antec power supply, right? So, which is coming under actually 3,000 rupees. So, you can have a look, and I feel that if you go for a 550 watt power supply, it will give you headroom for any future upgrades as well. Okay. Now, so we are done with the power supply, memory, motherboard, CPU. Now going for the storage. For storage, you can opt for NVMe SSDs, M.2 type SSDs, and the storage capacity would be around 1 TB. So again, that will cost around 5,500 rupees. And yes, you can get a M.2 SSD of that cheap, and which gives you good good performance in gaming as well as day-to-day task of Windows. Now, everything is done, right, except for the main part which you guys have logged in, the graphics card. So now for the graphics card, I would go ahead and suggest the RTX 3050. Yes, the RTX 3050, and the model that I'm suggesting is MSI RTX 3050 Ventus. The reason I have opted for RTX 3050 and not a 1660 Super or 1660 Ti, uh, because 1660s fall into the same performance as a 3050, and also you might find them a bit cheaper than a 3050. The reason I am opting for is because of two features. One is DLSS and one is ray tracing. So our purpose is to, spend the money that I have mentioned earlier and make it a future proof. So the games which come in an year or two, that might also work fine on this particular build. So for that, I'm hoping that the RTX 3050 with its ray tracing and DLSS would be enough. So, whomsoever is watching and are not aware of DLSS, it is the upscaling technique, which NVIDIA has. And what it does is it actually renders the game in a lower resolution and then adds artificial frames to reduce load on the GPU, and it gives you higher frame rate. So that's the reason, I'm mentioning the RTX 3050, and I feel that that feature alone makes it a better buy than the older generation graphics card. So again, the link is in the description, and you will be surprised that the price is around 28,000. So that is also not, on the very expensive side. Now, the case, right? So everything is done, the case is left. So case, you can buy any standard case like 1500, or if your budget allows it, you can go beyond that. The brands that I would suggest, Corsair, Zebronics, the Indian brands, Circle as well, so you can have a look. And accordingly, whichever suits your taste, you can buy the case. And in total, if you add each and everything that I mentioned earlier, the total comes out to be around 62,800 rupees. That's right, even cheaper than 65,000 as I mentioned earlier. So again, guys, this is my guide as far as my experience and my knowledge is concerned, right? The reason, I have not opted for the full 65,000 is because now you have left with 2,500 to 3,000 rupees. So either what you can do is you can actually opt for a better motherboard, better CPU, maybe get the 5600X if you want, or you can spend that particular cash in a graphic card which actually gives you better performance depending on the games you have. The reason I say this, because at the time of making this video, the 6650 XT is also available for around 30,000 rupees. So that is also a good buy if you know that which games you are playing, and if those games do not involve ray tracing, you can actually go for 6650 XT as well, which will give you a tad better performance, or in fact actually 10 to 12% better performance than the 3050, the RTX 3050 from NVIDIA. So there you have it, guys. So I have given you the options of another graphic card as well. In case you're not into ray tracing and you know the titles that you are going to play, you can research on your own that, okay, which graphics card actually gives me better performance, when it comes to the games I actually play. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, firstly. And secondly, I hope you guys liked the video and my guide was helpful to you. And if you feel that this video was helpful and it made the decision to purchase certain parts easier for you, please like, share, and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you, guys. This is me, Varun, aka Tubby, aka the Indian Frustrated Gamer, signing off. Have a nice day. Bye bye.